Hello, what is up, friends? Welcome back. My name is Kay, and today I'm going to be recapping the absolute craziness that has gone on in the Big Brother house the past few days. Right now, we're just wrapping up week 3 in the house, but already all hell has broken loose in the absolute best way possible, okay? When we last left off, Taylor and Brittany, the house underdogs, were the ones that were going to be the targets for the week, and their games were looking pretty bleak. Now, I don't know if it's something new that they're putting in the water or what, but it seems as if overnight a wave of common sense has just washed over some of these house guests, and there has been a total reset in this house. Taylor and Brittany are no longer the targets. The underdogs are no longer powerless. It has been a wild ride, y'all, so strap in. Let's start by talking about this big fight, which was Nicole and Daniel versus Taylor. Now, I don't know if this is going to be shown on the actual show because it is messy, and production tends to be scary when it comes to this type of stuff, so listen up. Basically, what had happened was, a couple days ago, Nicole had came out of the diary room crying and saying that she wanted to be alone. Now, people didn't know what exactly she was crying about, because technically you're not supposed to talk about your DRs with other people, but they were speculating that it might have been about her mom who is sick with cancer because Nicole talks about her a lot. So when Taylor goes to console Nicole about her family, this interaction ends up happening.
I think this game just pulls us in so many different directions that we just never know like where our mind is going to be from one point to another. So, but we just have to keep fighting. That's all we can do. Okay. Just fight.
I know. But if there's a point where you gotta tap out of the fight, don't even.
That's not even part of my vocabulary, so that's not
right.
even.
Don't say that.
You saying, I appreciate you saying those words, but that's not who I am. That's never who I was.
This interaction really pisses Nicole off. I think from Taylor's perspective, Taylor was trying to say that, hey, family and health should come before the game. But Nicole had a much different perspective. Nicole is then going to go to Daniel saying that Taylor is trying to manipulate her out of the game. This is going to cause Daniel to blow up on Taylor, saying that Taylor is the reason why Paloma left and accusing Taylor of using mental health as a manipulation tactic to get people to leave the game. Like, what? Now, this conversation wasn't caught on the feed, so it's all hearsay, but it sounded pretty harsh and it was such a low blow that it's actually going to make Daniel look bad. Meanwhile, while all this craziness is still going on, there is still a veto that needs to be played. When the feeds come back after the veto, we see that Michael and Brittany have won the veto and will obviously be removing themselves off the block. Now, originally this was part of the plan, as Michael and Brittany were supposed to come off and Taylor was supposed to go up instead and be the house target for the week, but things have fortunately changed drastically. You see, recently Turner, Kyle, Joseph, and even Monte, aka the Pound, that's what these guys are calling themselves, they've all gotten together recently and they've just been discussing the game and Taylor and how she's been treated by everybody else. They talk about how Taylor has been ostracized. They talk about the fight between Daniel and Nicole earlier and how they were berating her. There was even this incident with Indy, which led to Indy saying that she wanted to throw soup in Taylor's face. The incident was honestly so stupid, I don't really want to get into it, but yeah, that happened. Turner especially seems really upset at this and opens up about how he has been bullied in his life before and therefore he didn't want to contribute to the bullying of Taylor any further.
Because I've definitely heard things from certain people that are terrible about the way they're talking about her.
Yeah, I heard somebody fucking throw soup on her.
Yep, I heard that.
I've been hearing terrible things too.
And I'm like, dude, and just seeing her in bed all day fucking kills me. So I'm like, I just can't, I'm not putting her up. I can't do it.
Now, at some point, all of these people have whispered something behind Taylor's back in the game. Some worse than others. Looking at you, Monte. So I do have to wonder if they all came to their senses organically or if somehow they were maybe tipped off to how Taylor was being perceived outside of the house. Looking at you, production. Either way, I'm here for the common sense, okay? I love it. The boys are also going to start putting together their knowledge of the game too. Like they talk about how there actually is an all-girls alliance that's coming after them. They realize that Taylor was never lying about Paloma, surprise, surprise. They expose the newly formed old school alliance, and they even talk about how influential Ameerah and Nicole are in the house, and how they were the driving force behind Pooch's eviction. Right then and there, they decide to take a stand and target the other side of the house and not Miss Taylor. Y'all, I was so shook, okay? I was like, oh my God, the boys have brains. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of them. In order to accomplish their goals, they do need a few more numbers, so they decide to bring in Brittany, Michael, and finally, Taylor. Together, the 7 of them make the Leftovers, my new favorite alliance in the game. And together, they set their sights on Ameerah as the next target. So the day of the veto ceremony was tense as we were all waiting for this epic blindside to happen. When the feeds cut back on after the ceremony, we see that Ameerah and Terrance have indeed been put on the block and all hell has broken loose in the house. Ameerah obviously is completely shook, like she really thought she had this house on lock, and now she's just scrambling to figure out who was all in on it. However, everybody in the Leftovers alliance is just lying to her face and acting completely oblivious, and it is hilarious, okay? Kyle is just playing the dumb himbo card. Brittany and Michael are lying and still acting like they're all in with the girls. Joseph is really trying to like paint the narrative and nail it down. Turner's defense is just that he refuses to put a bullied and ostracized person on the block. Overall, they do a pretty great job of convincing everybody else that Turner went rogue and acted alone. The rest of the house is none the wiser. I mean, this is excellent gameplay. To make matters even worse, or better, depending on how you look at it, the other side of the house is now just completely imploding on each other. Ameerah no longer trusts Nicole and thinks that Nicole may have been in on it. Nicole gets pissed at Alyssa because Alyssa just has a big mouth in general. Daniel and Nicole even start fighting with each other and bickering over something that's so stupid I don't even want to get into it. The Pose Pack Alliance is pretty much dead in the water at this point, and it is absolutely hilarious. I mean, this was by far one of the most entertaining days I've seen on the live feeds ever, period. It's great. Right now, Ameerah thinks she has the votes, but little does she know, baby. She doesn't have Michael or Brittany. She likely doesn't have Nicole or Daniel. The Leftovers made one hell of a move. Pulled it off flawlessly, covered it up beautifully. I mean, this is what Big Brother is about, okay? This is why the show is my shit. I am just loving this new Leftover alliance. It's real cute.
That's cute. That's real cute. That's cute. That's cute.
This just made me so excited, not just for the rest of this week, but also for the rest of the season. I don't know about y'all, but now like I am really, really into this gameplay. Of course, I'm interested to know, what do you all think of this new Leftovers alliance? Are you here for it or do you hate it? Do you love that Ameerah and Terrance are on the block, or would you rather it be somebody else instead? Let me know in the comments below. At the beginning of the week, it just seemed like this would be a boring, straightforward season where people just go with the house and try to lay low. But as we see, some of these people are actually here to play the damn game. And I, for one, am very excited to see what's going to happen next and what the season has in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe below if you have not already, just so you can stay updated with all of the craziness that unfolds the rest of the season. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.